Hey everyone, in this video, we're going to be going over titles and graphics that you can create in Adobe Premiere Pro. Now, like always, let's go ahead and hop down into the computer. You can see I've got this timeline I've been using for the last couple of videos, really simple. And let's say that I just want to add in a title, kind of a large title that says thank you at the end of this. Maybe you've got a little animated GIF or GIF or whatever that you want to send out to your followers on social media. So we want to go down here into the effects panel, or I'm sorry, the tools panel. We talked about this in one of the earlier episodes, and we want to select the title tool, and it's just the little text one. Now, if you were to be on something else, you could actually use the keyboard shortcut T, and it's going to select that for us. Now, what we want to do out here under our program monitor, and this is, remember, this is the one that is the final video that everyone else is going to see. It's not going to work if you try to add text over here in the preview monitor. We need the program monitor. So you can click where you want this, and we want to say, let's just type in the words thanks or thanks. Thanks, it's going to default to a pretty standard text. I'm going to go ahead and Command A to select that. And just like all of our effects and stuff, we can adjust whatever parameters we want over here in the effect control panel. Now, you can see that this little text section is highlighted. We're going to click and drag that open. You can adjust the color of the text if you want. So if we wanted to make it like a really bright yellow or something, we could do that. And you can see, oh, now that's big and bright and yellow. Pretty gnarly. Let's say we want to make it a little bit bigger. You can click and drag that. You can do all sorts of things. Let's make this maybe a little bit different colors. Make that white. If you want to give it a drop shadow, you can give it a drop shadow and adjust those parameters too. Really, really simple to do. And you can see I've just got this highlighted, so it's going to affect all of it. But you can see that's there, and you can adjust. Let's say you want to adjust where it is on the screen. You can do that really easily by clicking and dragging, like we can with everything that's blue in Adobe Premiere Pro. Or you can go in there and type in actual values if you maybe know a little bit more about your frame size and where you want it to be. Really, really simple. So you also have access to a ton of fonts through Adobe Premiere Pro. And one of the really neat things is, let's say that you get a font from a client at the last minute, you don't have to shut Premiere Pro down. You can actually install it on your computer while Adobe is open, and then it will auto-populate in real time in this program. It's going to just find everything that you've got on your computer in terms of fonts and bring that into the program. So, I've got whatever, let's see here, I'm not sure what that was. We want to go with maybe a Helvetica New. That's a little bit nicer of a font. You can see I clicked and changed that and nothing happened. It's because I didn't have that highlighted, unfortunately. So we want to double click out there and make sure that whatever kind of things that you're doing, whatever adjustments you're making are done there while you've got it highlighted. So really, really simple to do. Let's say real quick that you wanted to make a title. Let's say for this cute little dog. Ideally, this would probably be a person that you were interviewing, but let's say you wanted to make a title. We're going to click that title tool again, and then let's see, Cauliflower. This is my dog's name, Emerson Cauliflower. So we're going to give her a little title here. We're going to adjust that size so we can see it. And we're going to call her Good Dog. So this would be, her name and title there in Adobe Premiere Pro. And you can actually, one of the nice things is that you can create multiple styles of text in one text layer. You can add multiple layers of text in the same text layer. But this one, I'm going to go in and just highlight that. And then I'm going to say, let's say I just want that to be italics. And I want that one to be maybe a little smaller. Really, really simple. Now, a couple last little things that I want to talk about while we've got this open is that one of the things that we used to use when we would broadcast TV and screens were around it, we would have what were called title safe areas. And these are still accessible in Adobe Premiere Pro. By clicking down here in the program monitor, we want to right click, and what you can do is do safe margins. And what that's going to do is it's going to bring up the safe margins, which if we were broadcasting on a cathode ray tube television back in like the 80s or 90s or even like early 2000s, these bars are going to show us where the safe outlines are. So anything within this outer line is going to be safe. So we don't want anything important happening out there in the corner. The title safe is going to be this inner line, and that's going to be kind of still the standard that we use for titles when it comes to adjusting or placing them in our videos, even though we've got flat screen televisions and things like that now that don't need title safe. But it's going to make sure that your title isn't just cinched up into the very corner of the screen and it's harder to read. So you can go in there and use these as kind of guidelines. And these are not going to show up in your final video. They're just there for reference for you to help place these graphics. And then the last thing that I want to talk about in terms of text, as you might have noticed, some of you eagle-eyed viewers might have noticed that when I clicked and added text, it actually added a file down here in our timeline. And you can move those around however you want. It's going to, again, default to 5 seconds, just like our images did. And you can see that if we play through this, it starts on this shot, and then it's actually going to continue through into that into this water shot of the waves crashing into the beach. And we don't want that. So you can actually click and cinch this up so it only plays over the shot with that dog. And just like everything else, we can add in a transition onto it. So if we want to have it fade in, let's say, to smooth out that transition, we can do that. So these are going to be just like any audio, video, or photo file that we've already used in our projects. So it's just a really brief primer on how to use the title tool in Adobe Premiere Pro. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video, and we will see you in the next episode.